Technology is improving at a rate we have never seen before in history. But what if I told you perhaps the biggest change won't be what we'll be seeing, but what we'll be hearing? Well, I have a theory. Now there has been something lurking around in a lot of my videos. I'd say it's been there by about the second video, and it's finally going to be talked about. Oh, it's like that time in a movie when something happens at the beginning that doesn't make any sense, but now it's coming into play. Yes, of course I'm talking about my Apple Watch. Now don't worry, this isn't my in-depth Apple Watch review, but short story, yeah, I like it. It's a fantastic watch, and it's also a pretty decent piece of technology, but like a lot of things, it could be better. Of course, everything could be better, but how could the watch be better? Well, the funny thing is, the technology itself doesn't need to change that much. There's a lot you can do on the Apple Watch. You can check tweets, look at maps, pay for things, and I do all that. There's more I'd like to do on my watch though. Seriously, why isn't Cookie Clicker on this thing? But perhaps the one thing I'd like to do most on my watch? Send texts. Of course, on a screen this small, typing isn't the easiest thing to do. I've been rattling my brains for alternative ways to type on a screen this big. Perhaps some kind of scroll wheel or Deus Ex Machina. I've just been hoping Apple will create some kind of solution my mind isn't able to comprehend yet. The interesting thing is they don't need to do that. I can already send text through my watch. No typing necessary. The Apple Watch has a built-in microphone, meaning if you get a text you can read it on your wrist and send a reply just by saying the message aloud. See, like I said, the technology is there. I am capable of doing what I want to do most on my watch. So why don't I? Well, it's not a problem with the technology. It's a problem with me. Let's go back in time for a bit. 2011 was a great year. Matt Smith was still the Doctor, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was falling into place, and The Hobbit was still only 2 movies. Do you know what else the world was blessed with in 2011? Siri. I remember seeing the original adverts for Siri and thinking, this is going to change things. I thought voice recognition was going to become the norm and would all just be walking around talking to our machines like it was no big deal. Yet here we are now, and you know what? I can't actively remember seeing someone use Siri in a public place. Perhaps that's just something to do with the backwater place I live in. Seriously, the headline for the local newspaper was once, "Shop sells faulty ladder." But I've been to big cities, I've been to more forward-thinking places. Why hasn't voice recognition just not taken off? I can't speak for you obviously, but there's one main reason I don't use voice recognition in public. I'm shy. If I were to be sitting on a full carriage on a train and my watch buzzes with a text from Mrs. Useless Theory asking me what I'm up to today, I'd be too embarrassed of everyone thinking I'm odd by speaking the text into my watch and would instead clamber into my pocket to reach out my phone and type away, despite there obviously being an easier option. Apple Watch is great, it just has one big flaw. Us. We haven't embraced talking to machines minus a phone actually phone calling in public yet. I'm talking to a machine right now in my own room and I don't feel particularly comfortable. The technology doesn't need to change. We need to change. Once we embrace talking to our phones or watches, technology can press forwards in ways we haven't even thought about yet. The watch could reach its true potential and even replace your phone. Devices that don't even have screens could become the norm, relying solely on you talking to it and it talking back. Imagine a little earpiece as a standalone device. Of course it could work as a phone. I could ask it to read my tweets, play music or podcasts. It would alert me when I have a message and then read it to me, and I could respond back with my voice. Most importantly, I wouldn't feel like an idiot for talking to my watch in public, as it would be very embraced and just as normal as looking at your phone. Of course, this isn't a perfect idea for the future. I am aware there are flaws. Privacy perhaps being the biggest one. There are lots of things we type into our phone we perhaps wouldn't want to say aloud in public. And of course, the technology isn't perfect. We need voice recognition to understand that more natural flow of human talk, and not that weird robotic way we used to talk to voice recognition. I went a tad Dalek there, didn't I? Even get to a point when Siri can grasp voice intonation, so when I say a question, I get a question mark. If everything I talk about does become true and voice recognition does become the norm, well, I don't think normal phones with screens would be replaced. People like looking at things, and as dumb as it sounds, there'll probably always be a market for that. These audio-only smart devices would be just another option. It's always great to have options. Here's the thing though, if you want these devices, then we have to break down the social awkwardness of using voice recognition in public. Someone has to start this revolution. Who? Me? No, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to look like an idiot. That's all from me, but what about you guys? You have an Apple Watch too, but too scared to use the voice recognition in public? What are some flaws in my ideas? What's the weirdest thing Siri has ever told you? Leave your answers, comments and just about anything else down below. This channel is just as much yours as it is mine. And remember guys, this is all just personal opinion, so if you don't agree with it, that's fine, that's cool. Just remember, it's all my ideas. If you enjoyed the video, then leave it a like and share it maybe. And if you want to see more from me and my face and my awesome turtleneck and my watch, subscribe. That's all for today, internauts. But always remember to stay open. Thank you.